Hello viewer, once again welcome to Man the Leader, a program that focuses on men and men in regards to gender. Well, today we are looking at man in the middle age crisis, and probably you've had midlife crisis, or for some they call it middle age crisis. We'll be defining what this exactly is and how to curb it. And what does the Bible say in regards to this? Well, on my left, I do have Elder Raphael Mahenyo, who will help us.
Hello, viewer.
Into taking this program as we go on. On my right, I do have Penina Maina.
Hello, viewer.
Karibu sana. Yes, the reason why I'm smiling, don't worry, it's because we've been having some discussion beforehand, which I believe you'll also be joining in. And joining in doesn't mean just by listening, but also giving your comments and also some of your questions, and I'll give you our Twitter pages whereby you can follow, you can tweet us, that is at @m_Kanyugo, or you can tweet us again at Hope Channel, Hope_Kenya. Well, let's begin by defining what midlife crisis or middle age crisis is in men. Elder.
Midlife crisis,
yes,
is just as it has been said.
Yes.
It is mid-age crisis, a crisis that comes in the middle of the age of a person. Taking that a man lives for 70 years, then when you come to its middle, you will come to somewhere 35, 40. Midlife crisis are counted from the age of about 40 to 60. People take different times in the midlife crisis. Some take 2 years, others 12. But now the big question is, what brings the midlife crisis? The midlife crisis starts when a person starts to count, to take stock of what he has done in the first half of his life. This leaves many in anxiety, seeing that they have but little or shorter time remaining in their life. And that is why in the Bible, let Penina read for us Psalms 102, verse 23 and 24.
The Bible says, He weakened my strength in the way He shortened my days. 24, I said, O God, take me not away in the midst of my days. Thy ears are throughout all generations.
Yeah. When you look at that verse, this is a cry from David. He's saying, don't take me from in the middle of my life. This is a fear he has. Now, this is a fear that comes to most men, not only men, even women. Both men and women undergo midlife crisis.
But we know it more of
know it more of women, of
has
men.
Been on the streamline.
Then I want to
to bring in
touch,
a new thing.
To touch both areas. What makes men to enter into the midlife crisis? Every person in his life has had dreams in his youth age. And when it comes to the mid of his life, he starts to take stock. And seeing that he has not came to those dreams, an anxiety comes into his life, which may make this person change his lifestyle in so many areas. Most of the people who enter into midlife crisis, not all people enter into midlife crisis, but most of them enter into midlife crisis because they did not start taking stock earlier as they went on. Now it comes to a point whereby they see as if everything is coming to an end. A man starts to think, I'm at the age of about 40 something, I have a few days to live. Now from that point, he starts to make hasty decisions. Some of the hasty decisions he makes may not only affect him, they also affect the family. What makes this happen? Some realities come to his mind. At the age of 40, some areas of his life are affected. Number one, emotionally, he's fearing. Number two, physically, he's seeing maybe a bald is forming, white hairs. All these are telling him, you are aging. And when this bell rings into the mind, it is telling him, your days to live are shorter. This fear now makes this man to start acting haphazardly if he were not prepared for it. And on this area then, he may mess a lot. Midlife crisis affect every area of a person's life.
Yes,
it affects the physical, just before you ask,
yes.
the physical, social, emotional, spiritual, and even the mental.
Sure.
All these areas, when they are affected, they may bring in a crisis to his life. And not only to him, but also to those who are in his family. You are asking.
Yes, I was asking something. Maybe just to come in. What are some of these symptoms? How would I know? You mentioned baldness, white hairs, but are there other symptoms probably for those who don't have the baldness, because that comes with generations and inheritance and such, like genes. But what about those who don't get the baldness and those who don't get the white hairs?
Okay, those are just the physical ones.
Yes.
I may respond to
let her add something before
Yes.
I continue.
Okay, there are some of the symptoms that may cut a close, and one of the symptom is change of eating habits. So tukiona dadi ameamua hakuli usiku ama anakula mchana, so it might be a problem, as you have said, physically, emotionally, psychologically, unakuwa affected. Another change is sleeping habits. Na kuchoka sana, they go together, fatigue. Another one is feeling negative, a lot of negativity, and it is very true, because if I'm taking the stock of what I have done, maybe I admired to have a vehicle, nimefika 42, sina kitu. So what do I see in life? I just see darkness. So inside me, I'm having a lot of pessimism. Yes, something like that. Okay, restlessness, anxiety, and irritability. As you have said before, you have a lot of restlessness because you have not attained anything. There's nothing tangible in your hands that I can say, nitaachia watoto nini. No, sasa nimeanza kuona na ninaona hata nywele imekuwa white. So nitawachia nini? You become so restless, and also you become anxious. What can I do? Ni nini nimewa? Kwa nini ilikuwa hivi? So kuna ile blame, hata una blame hata wazazi. Ilikuwaje? Mimi ni vile sikusomeshwa. Become so irritable hata kwa watoto. So I think it is also very wise not to be very late to giving birth. You will respond to that. Okay, let me finish here. And then there is feeling of guilt and hopelessness. I think the word that even we see mostly, and it is not only to ladies ama to men, hopelessness is cutting across. Na una feel your worthlessness, mimi sio worthy. Na ile ndio unasikia mtu akisema nilikuwa sisi wakati wetu. Kwa hivyo saa hii uko worthy, una count ile ilipita. So also there is loss of interest in so many activities. That is why you're saying even in the church, spiritually, you lose interest. Hata kukua an elder, you're like, apana. Thought of suicide, this is too much. And even around now, things are happening so much. Suicide attempt, and even the reality of suicide.
Just the other day,
they are all over.
And
I think that is also what is happening even in our men and our ladies. Ukikosana unaona sasa, because you are worthless and we are hopeless, afadhali niwamalize na nijimalize. Okay, also there is the last one, physical aches na pains. Kile tunaumwa na kila pahali.
Arthritis zimeanza kuingia.
Magoti, mgongo, you are like, kweli nimezeeka na mtoto wako form 1. So those are the sum that are to the general group. But we can also go to a particular, but before we go to particular women and men, let's Mayenyo respond something.
Let me add something. You see, I said it affects all areas of a person's life.
The physical,
the physical, emotional, social, mental. Now, let's look at this man. This man has been so active. He could learn everywhere. He was that energetic. Now he's feeling the muscles are not coming into terms with what he was doing earlier. When it comes to sexual, this person is a little bit rawer than he used to perform because of the low libido and other hormonal imbalances, hormonal changes. We also have this person at work. This person is not as active, as productive as he was. Now another youthful person is being eyed to take over from him. Now he is thinking, oh, I'm becoming worthless. My days are the sunset hours. So these fears may make a person start to make haphazard decisions. You will see a person trying to change jobs. Not only his physical outlook. Kama nywele nyeupe zimeanza kutokea, you see a person shaving totally to show nothing, so that these white hairs should not be seen.
Yes.
He start wearing as a kijana. He also wants to associate with young people, young girls. All these things are changing because of what is happening inside him. Not only that, you'll hear that person even pursuing younger girls. These are things that happen.
It makes them feel like they're young again.
They want to be associated with youthfulness.
Yes.
Yet it is elusive, it has gone. Now, the big question is, who is much more easily carried by the midlife? Number one, people who do not have a life outside their career and their family. The whole life is settled on career and family. If that is the whole of their life, that is a sitting duck. That person can be carried at any given time. Number two, those people who marry too early in life, the teen marriages, are other areas. Number three, those people who do not have friends and other social groups outside their usual life. Those people can be so easily carried. When they start taking stock, they will change everything else because they have no social support groups in their lives. So let's also mention about a woman. We talked about the man. The man thinks that my days are coming to an end. The man entering midlife crisis thinks of dying. I'm dying soon. But a woman, on the other side, focuses on all her life. She sees, I've invested all my life in taking care of other people, caregiving to my children, my family. I have no other life outside there. So this woman now starts to think, no, because the children are now bigger. You will see the child, the last-born maybe is in Form 1. He says, no, I must take focus on another. I must refocus and take another focus. Anaanza kukimbizana na mambo ya masomo yenye anaona hakusoma. All another career. Because ameona sasa hii amefanya nini? Amemalizana nayo. That is why, in fact, when we say life begins at 40, it is only for women.
For men,
women think life begins at 40. It is at that time they now start planning for bigger things. But men start thinking that they will die soon, so they have to do things hurriedly.
Yes.
And that is how we conflict. And in that crossroad, the woman
goes
focusing upwards, the man focusing downwards. Now something happens.
Yes.
They both forget the family. The family is neglected. Because you'll see this man will take too many hours in his career. So as to be much more productive, to fill in the gaps he has seen when taking stock. And now the woman on the other side is seeing, I've invested all my life here, and this one is as if it is not paying. Now I must take another form.
It's not paying, eh?
It's not paying.
No, this
I'm not
crossroad-
recognized.
I'm not recognized here. And
of
besides, I've taken them to school. I've done my
Yeah.
bit. Now they're taking care of themselves. I
Yeah.
think I should take care of myself
Yeah.
now. So there, I'm seeing like some kind of a confusion.
Yeah.
Like the man will always be busy, and the woman will always be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time when they're supposed to be at home with teenage children,
No one is
telling
there.
them that, you know what, you're at a crucial age, eh?
Yeah.
This is what you're supposed to be doing. Now, what do we do to our generations to come when this happens? Because I'm thinking teenagers, when they're really at that very sensitive stage, no one is
They
there
need
to take
us.
care of them.
In fact,
What do we do now?
number one,
Not forgetting that the man is the leader, and
The
he
man
needs to
is the
do.
leader.
Yeah, he needs to do something. In fact, we know he's going down, but what does he do?
now the man has to know what leadership is. Who is a leader? A leader is a person who goes first so that he may leave a model, so making the others to follow. Unless he knows that he is modeling some people, the youths in his house, the children in his house. And he also needs to give direction to the woman. And most of all, he also needs to know the most important thing that he can build and the most important legacy he can leave behind is not the buildings and all the other things, is a well-stable family, a well-focused, stable family. That is what will give him peace even at the end of his days. He needs to know that. So he needs to invest much of his time now in his people more than in career and in all other things. He needs to know that what his children needs most from him is not, as it had been said in another forum, that presence is not your presence. It is your presence. So you need now to know that you need to invest in your children, in your wife. Be there for them. That is the most important thing. So that even tomorrow, they will be there for you. If you lose them now, you have lost them forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that at 40, more women
Yeah.
tend to go up. Now they're focusing whatever they
Bigger
didn't
careers.
do.
What they didn't do because
this
they have.
family,
Yeah.
I want now to do it.
Yeah. So number one.
Yes.
That shows they are forgetting now the family. They are now trying to move out of the family
Yes.
to go outside there and form a career.
Yes, yes.
Because they think that what I've done here is not recognized by anyone. It is not remunerated. No one is giving me recognition for bringing up these children. Now I have to do something that must bring me a name and a recognition. I must put a mark in the life.
Yes.
of this one.
Now the question that I'm coming up with is, now, this is the man somehow being left, because the woman being to school
Yeah.
and all that, the man has been left in the house to do the providing and all such. But now the question comes, does he just only do the provision of monetary and buying, shopping and the clothing? Or does he also sit down with the children, talk to them, understand what they feel and what they think? Because I hear of so many parents saying that our children, especially teenagers, that they fear their fathers. Because when the father comes in, they go out. Because somehow they never had that relationship to begin with. But I'm thinking as he's going down, this is the time for him to come back to the house.
He doesn't come back.
He doesn't
to the
come
house.
because
When he's going down,
Yes.
he's now trying to change friends. He wants younger friends.
Okay.
He is also trying to look at things he has not achieved. So this man might end up being a workaholic. He will bury himself in his career,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
forgetting the family. Everyone is as if he's going out of the family. So the children are left in between there. What we need to know is that as a man, 1 Timothy 5 verse 8, it says, he who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel.
Yeah.
Providing does not only call for monetary provision. You need to provide, to provide them with emotional nourishment, social, you have to be there for them. You have to be there physically for them. You have to be there spiritually, leading spiritual matters in your house. So now, in the midlife crisis, if one is carried away from all this, then at the end, the family is
Drops,
left.
I'm coming to another question that you mentioned that also women go through the midlife crisis. And since they have reached 40 and they're going up, is that part of midlife crisis?
Yeah, that's part of the midlife crisis. This woman will also try to make
Because
some enhancements.
I wanted Penina to tell us, and she has some symptoms when before the program, like I said, we were smiling here, that we have the midlife symptoms for women.
Yeah, for women.
Maybe you could tell us some of them, so that at least we get to see, okay, then how does the man assist in bringing the woman back? Because it's not only the children he's supposed to take care of as a man, but what about the wife bringing her back?
Yeah, maybe some of them, and it's unfortunate because it happen kanisani na kwa society huko nje. So wale wako kanisani wasiseme hiyo ni stories za huko. It is inside even the churches. One become unhappy with the way one's life has, vile elder amesema, has been headed. Hiyo kazi yote umefanya una raha nayo. Then loss of vision and kuona vizuri na clarity ya vitu, you are not seeing things properly. Na it is there because most of us maybe we are clicking 40 or we are already there, but it is there that unakuta huoni vizuri. A loss of interest in taking care of the family. That is what elder is dwelling on. Ati unasikia sasa huyu mwanaume akinitisha socks, unavaga na wewe. That is a story that maybe comes to most of men. Hajui kwa nini amerudishiwa, amejibiwa hivyo, because huyu mwanamke amefeel nimetafuta hizo socks, nimekuwekea
miaka 20.
Yes,
all these years.
Na tena hata ujuagi colors, you know, we have a problem of not knowing the color, men. So hiyo sasa nasikia nimechoka, tena nimeconfirm homework. So it is tiring for the lady. Then anajicondemn, self-condemnation. And it is serious. This one is so serious, elder. Because unapojicondemn, ungetaka mwingine akwambie uzuri wako, but nobody is telling you. That's why you are saying, tunaenda kutafuta kazi zingine ama tunaenda kusoma tena. Self-condemnation is so serious, and it is touching even our self-esteem. And when it touches the self-esteem and the mother is so close to the teenagers, so what we expect, very unstable. Na wapate more crisis than the us now, the parents. Then unhappy with one skill set, and hiyo kenye kazi umekuwa ukifanya hufurahi, you regret, na unaona
that is why you want now to start another career.
Unasikia having an affair with a longing to have a new exciting, that one is so serious, because that is where we have mipango ya kando, even from ladies. That one, the question comes to you, Miriam, you mean you don't have another boyfriend, you don't have a man friend now? And it is so common for the present world, even in our churches, whereby you get an elder has been amepuliwa na bibi tu na mwanamke yeyote kanisani, simply because the crisis in that woman. Anaona my answer is that I'm spotting an elder in the church. Now
does this woman at the same time just to come in have a husband, ama it's a single?
Si unasikia anaitwa a man friend. A man friend to bring exciting. Kwa hivyo mwanamke amecategorize huyu amenichokesha, amebo. Elder have just said, let me use a common language that is not very smart, that the performance in bedroom is low. In the language they commonly use, even they say the game yake inashuka. So the woman will go under the language that will talk in that group. Wako wanawezaga, so they go looking for one who can be able to be. So mwanamke ana fix nyuma mawazo. So wanatafuta, and it is so dangerous. Kwanza wale wanalea wasichana, not wasichana ama vijana wote ama boys. It is so bad example when a woman picks a man. Na mnajua dadini huyu.
And obviously when choosing a man, she will choose a younger one.
A younger one.
Oh, it's always a younger one.
Yes.
Everyone is
going down.
Going. Everyone is
wants to get younger.
Yeah, you want old.
You don't want to get old.
Okay.
And then now that problem is so bad, because when you have chosen the young one, wasichana wako ndio watapik on that boy ama wewe. So na tena, which morals are we teaching our children when I come over with a young boy? Na ninataka apewe heshima ama wamnione later anyway. It is so bad. And then becoming suddenly cautious with one's appearance. That's where unakustuka, I was not putting on trousers. Then I'm
Mini
like,
skirts.
Mimi, I can now dress the way I want. So
My
that
dress,
one
my
is
choice.
Yes,
that
comes
is
in,
so serious.
Okay.
Also, I don't know whether we have enough. We can talk of men's
Yeah,
symptoms.
If we're done with the women's symptoms,
Okay.
let's go for a short break.
Okay.
Then we'll be back as we go to the men's symptoms.
Okay.
I believe you're still watching and getting more information on middle age crisis or midlife crisis in men. And we're touching a little bit on women, but we will be looking more on men after this and how you can really deal on your midlife crisis, just to know if you have any at the moment. And in case it comes, what do you do? If you're following us, do that on Hope Channel Kenya. That is on our Facebook page. And you can also check this episode, just in case you've missed the other part, all the other episodes that have gone on our website. That is hck.co.ke. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back after this short break. We were looking at midlife crisis. If you're just joining us, we'd like you to follow us on our Twitter page. That is at @m_Kanyugo and also at Hope_Kenya. Also follow us on our Facebook. That is Hope Channel Kenya and YouTube as well. Hope Channel Kenya. Besides, you can also get to check as well YouTube or our website page. That is hck.co.ke. Before we went for that short break, we were looking at men midlife crisis symptoms. Someone is asking probably apart from the badness and the getting to, do what I think I should do and have done by this age, what are other symptoms?
Yeah, there's some few here,
Yes.
and I wish to mention them. He says life is boring. Maisha ina bore.
Yes.
Yeah, maisha itabore because you never attained whatever you're looking for. Then he's thinking about already having an affair. Anafikiri tu, na ndio tumesema even to the side of ladies, we pick on mpango wa kando. Also, they also say maybe, I also wanted this in this woman. I've never gotten it. So I'll go pick on another person. So that nione kama nita attain that one. See, Elder have said they are seeing life is coming to an end. So itaisha kama sija
Kama sijatain that,
kama
I've
sija
always
in a
wanted.
woman.
Yes.
So anaenda for an mpango wa kando. Then he is suddenly making decisions haraka about money and even career. And that is, I think it is so serious, Elder, when we change jobs at that crisis, itakuwaje? You are used of lighting kwa blackboard kama mwalimu. Then kidogo you become a tax driver. Kweli utakuwa na ufahamu katika ile umeenda, utuko na skills kabisa kwa ile yenye umetaka kuchange. Hiyo decision ya pesa pia kwa nyumba. So do you involve the others or you just jump to conclusions because of the crisis that is rising in yourself?
You want to make more money
You want to
because
make more money?
you're hiring time.
And even using
Commissioner
the-
na time.
Yeah.
Okay.
He makes a dramatic change in personal styles and appearances. Ile to the same with the ladies. Anataka sasa unakuta Elda amenyoa
Yes.
Anavaa
Look
rongi
young.
na inainuliwa na suspender.
To look young, eh?
Yeah, hataki kuzeeka. And suddenly spending a lot of time in front of the mirror.
Yes.
It is not only to the ladies, ataka hapo ajiangalie. Na it is so interesting, I have a friend. Yeye akiona white hair, yeye anang'oa. Tunamwambia zitamea zingine tatu. Hivyo itakuwa kazi nyingi sana because hajaji-accept. Then the other one is drinking. If mtu wa kukunywa he drinks so much na mwenye kutumia substance anatumia tena sana. So unashindwa sasa, watoto wake vijana wame maybe they have got introduction of the same in secondary school. Wanatumia ni wao ama ni baba. So it's a bit difficult situation, but we are going to get to how are we going to cope with the situation. Ama tutakaa tu tuseme ziko, lakini are we going to get a solution? I think we'll get today.
I have a question that I wanted to bring in. Someone at home is thinking, my young boy or my young girl has white hairs. Are you saying ameanza kuzeeka? Or baldness, at least it comes with a good age. Yeah? But we are starting to see even kids very young having white hairs. And when you read that gray hair shows that you have wisdom and you have good age. Now the question is, would you also look at the white hairs and say, who is this a midlife crisis? This one now is old. Maybe someone might be looking and naively might take it and start worrying.
Okay, so I'll mention this, that midlife is not a real situation.
Yes.
It is an attitude situation. Someone may undergo all these things and not change just because he is aware that these things will come and they will drive me this way. And number two, I accept my life the way it is. I'm content. So it is not that due to white hair, all white-haired people will have the midlife crisis. No. And all white hairs do not come because someone is elderly.
Yes.
Yeah. But what we were saying is that most of these white hairs come with age. Not only white hair, you come with the eyes. The eyes can no longer read the book from, and you start taking a few feet away. The ears thicken. Hearing also becomes a little bit difficult. The muscles are weaning. They are no longer strong the way they were. So all these things add up to this fear.
Yeah.
But there are so many things that show that midlife is continuing. But how we react, how we react is what shows that we are already in a crisis. Midlife will come and go. It is part of life.
Yes.
But if we accept to enter into a crisis because we are in the midlife, then it becomes a midlife crisis. But midlife is just part of life. You can undergo all the early stage, the midlife, and the age without any crisis.
Elder, before we leave,
yeah.
there's something you had mentioned before we went on air, that to some, especially in the cities, it starts at what age?
To some in the cities, it starts even at the age of 30, due to the stresses of life and all haphazards of life in the cities. But you see, people in the rural areas are much more relaxed. So they will even relax throughout their lives, most of them.
So we should be
Without
looking forward to going there.
In fact,
Country living.
Country living
Yes.
is the best life. But not forgetting, you didn't get education to go and stay somewhere there in the fields. You are educated as a media person. Where do you get that in the
The country living.
in the country living? So you have to be here.
Yes.
Now, being here, now the question is, being in this urban area, how can I cope with these life changes without a crisis? One thing you have to accept, that it is an attitude problem. It is not a real thing. Some people will pass through all these stages of life, yet with no problem.
Yes.
Because they know these things are coming. And they are content with their life, the way they are. When it comes to aging, when they find out white hair, they even may make it even much more beautiful.
Sure.
They flaunt it, eh?
Yeah. Because they have accepted it. So these things come because, one, a person has not accepted that he or she is aging.
Yes.
And in this denial area, you will find yourself having all these problems. You are wearing a miniskirt to compete with that young girl who was hired in your office. You are also wearing and doing all these things to compete with that young girl there. You are also putting up lipsticks at age 55 because another young girl came and she's 25 and is working with you and is drawing much more attention. You want also attention to come to you. All these things, they will also create another crisis. Not only in you, they will also create another crisis
to the
in
children,
your
In your family.
children
and the husband and everything.
and the husband and the others. Because your children will start saying, hey,
Mommy.
mommy, these clothes are not for your age. but mommy wants to feel younger. So this crisis will create other crises, but it is not real. It is only because you have accepted it.
Now, what
To be a crisis
what,
in your
what do
mind.
I do? What do I do? I will give you more time. What do I do as a man to ensure that I bring everybody together, just like a chicken brings all the chicks together?
Number one, I have, as a man, I have to accept aging as a process. And in fact, when I'm aging, I shouldn't find it as a liability. I can take it as an asset.
Yes.
Yes, the more I age, then I need to even take it as an asset, which can be used to empower the younger ones. I can take counseling, I can be the counselor. You see, with increase of age, there is wisdom. So you can take now this wisdom to help the younger generations, and you will find purpose in that. If you don't find purpose in being old, then you will always be in a crisis. And if you are in a crisis, you will cause even other crises in your
Around you.
in your family, and even in the community around you.
So as a leader, I should know myself first.
Yeah.
And I'll make it so easy for my family members to know themselves too.
Yeah.
Because I am the one who actually brought them this far.
Yeah.
Yes. There's something you're adding.
Yeah, I was adding the case of getting gray hair kama mtoto ni mtoto. There's the case of mutation. Kuna ile ingine tunajipaka mafuta tukiwa wasichana wadogo, then inatu affect. So it should not give that small girl some crisis in me or that small boy. Then there are some issues we have not mentioned in our talk, that in middle age crisis kuna wakati unafika watoto wanakuwa wamekuondokea. So you get an empty nest. So for the ladies, we become so smart because tuna feel young, tunaanza ku feel young. You leave the husband alone in an empty house, then you go all over. Wale tunajua kunyoa watoto wakizaliwa in Canada, tunaenda tunanyoa, tunaenda US. So it is not the best time for us to nini. We should turn that moment to bold together with the man that tumeachwa na yeye sasa, because tunarudi kama tumerudi honeymoon peke yetu. So this is not the time ya kumwachanisha.
Now that you're talking of people, the mothers going abroad,
Yes,
but
yes,
also
yes,
we
yes.
have Kenya, those who have not gone abroad.
They go to
Unasikia ameenda Kisii, ametembelea
Ameenda
msichana yake,
Nairobi.
ameenda, but the man is in the house alone.
Nachiwa githeri
You know why it happens that way.
No, she's mentioned something. Anaacha apikiwe githeri mingi.
Anamwachia githeri mingi.
Yako kwa
Kitambo ama fridge gani ushago. Anawacha tu kulage
Before it's done, you're back.
Yeah.
Yes, you see.
Nateremsha na maji. That is one thing that maybe we have not mentioned, and it is nice for us to know that this is not the time for you to take yourself outing. Unajua, ladies we give ourselves outings, and maybe to be careful, men pelekeni wanawake wenu for an outings, wasiwai jipereka maybe later in life, because mkiwa you had a solid marriage, hatakuwa na nafasi ya kukuacha, atakuwa na kuvalue more than the children.
They will always miss you.
Ata value that man more than the children, because mlikutana nyinyi wawili kwanza. Lakini if they didn't board the way Elda is saying before, atapata nafasi mingi sana ya kurudi young na kuachage. Then another thing that we have not mentioned, this is the time we get menopause. And inaitwa ya wanaume andropause. So when it surveys to our life, you feel like this woman is always saying joto, ananichokesha na hizi joto zake. That is one of the reasons that if you are not careful, you'll move to another young girl mwenye atasema majoto manini nasikia. The same with men. So we really need to look at that coin, not from the tail but from the head, that we can stay with this lady. Nitamsaidiaje? What can we use for us to be able to continue with our life the way it was? Then another thing is the risk of those unstable marriages that were. Now mkiachwa peke yenu kama hakukuwa stable, sasa ndio inaharibika kabisa, because it a service. I don't know whether you have ever visited homes, then you are like, I never expected shushu nani iji yako mkirudishiana. Mnarudishiana, as in give me maji, hata we uko na miguu endea uchote pale. You know, there is an age that you cannot expect. Imefika watoto wako those wameenda campus, wameenda nje ya Kenya, then if the lady is not hapo kukusaidia. So it is for us to know that we want a good marriage afterwards, we really need to make it when we are young.
Thank you.
The background.
Hapa chini, and I think these programs should be watched very much by young people, so that they can know that si kule tunawaona tunasema kitabu yao wameandika vibaya. You know, we read from other people's chapter, but if we need our chapters to be read well, we should know before courtship and the stuff that this is how is expected, na itafika tufike kwa middle crisis. And then there is also the aspect that unakuta sasa miaka yetu, wazazi wetu tena wameanza kukufa, kugonjeka, kuleta mama on board, kuleta baba yako on board. I'm like, no, I cannot stay with your mom at my place. So we really need to turn them to be of help. Na ikifika tumeachwa, how can we help the situation tukiachwa? Wale wakituacha watatuletea grandsons and granddaughters. So we keep company them na tufurahie hiyo muda mfupi. As Elder is saying, we become counselors. You have to give back to the society at this age. If you're not ready to give back to the society, then you retain it to yourself, utasafa sana. So appreciate those small children and girls wanakuja kwako. Then kwa marriage zenye ziko na shida, we really need to make up our marriage, because wale watoto, they will be standing from mummies and daddies marriages. Wataweka zao aji. So this is the high time, Elder watatuambia the way to change things, that we can be able to stay, lakini tusirudie makosa yetu ya zamani.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something as you answer together. I hope you don't forget that comment. That someone probably might be watching and saying, I'm having this crisis because I really had great dreams, but I never achieved them, not because I wasn't praying, not because I was not a good person. Of course, they're not righteous, but they have been trying so hard. But God had not really reached a point of blessing them. Just like he blessed Abraham at 100 with Isaac, it's the same way probably their blessing is taking longer. How can you advise someone who might be thinking, okay, how do I deal with midlife crisis of thinking, oh, time is gone, but probably they are doing the right things, but the blessings have not yet come?
I think you are talking of the blessings in the
tangible.
in matters of economically.
Economic, even the socially.
And the social.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, number one, we have to accept that it is God who blesses people. It is not by might,
Not by power,
not by strength, but it is God himself.
Amen.
And God will bless you at the right moment and time. I would like you to read us 1 Timothy 6 verse 6 and 7. I like that verse. 6 and 7.
Okay, it says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it.
You need to accept
Yes.
that the greatest riches you can have in this world is to have godliness.
Yes.
And be contented in everything that you have. Yes, it is good to be ambitious, but being over-ambitious will only make you stressed with life's activities. So you have to accept life as it is, knowing too well that what you need in this life is not to make big investments for your children. You need to invest in your people more than investing for them. When you invest in them, you don't need to invest for them, because they will be able to invest for themselves. Now, the only advice I can tell young people in marriage today, the time to make their marriages is not tomorrow. All these problems we are seeing is because of the disconnect between them in the relationship. You see the mom, you see the woman anatoka hapa anatembelea mwingine Kisii, anatembelea mwingine US. Where is the father?
kwa nyumba.
Why is this woman so keen to leave the man behind and go? It is because the man was not there in her life.
Sure.
More than the children were.
They
They
were
had
so,
a
yeah,
greater bond with the children than the husband. So, I can leave you because I am not so much connected
attached
to you.
with you.
I'm so much attached to my
Yeah, to
children.
children,
So I can learn to them and have a good time. Then I come another week, spend a week with you, run to another one.
Yeah.
Why? Because we didn't have that bond. But if you have a good bond in your relationship, whenever she thinks of going anywhere, she will always remember,
Sure.
I won't leave this man behind. So make your relationship when you are still young.
Yeah.
Let it be a strong relationship. And let me tell you, even when the children are gone, when the empty nest is there, the mother will tell the children, I won't be able to leave
Yeah,
you and daddy
daddy,
alone.
Yes.
Come and visit us here.
Jenny,
Or we will come together with him.
Or we will come together.
Yes.
Last Sabbath by the one, I had visited a certain church somewhere around in Nairobi. And I met this retired pastor with his wife. And as we were talking, they told us, I was with my wife, that we are in Nairobi processing a visa to go to the US. We will be in US for three months. What are you going to do? We are going to visit our daughter. They are going, both of
Together.
them. Why? Because the daughter knows too well. If I have to have my parents, I can't have one of them. They have a good bond.
Yeah.
They must go together,
Together, yes.
wherever they want to go.
Yeah.
No one is ready to leave the other.
Yes.
But if you see that the mother can be told, come, and she goes, that tells you the relationship from the beginning
Yeah.
was bad.
And the
Now,
children quite know well.
so
It is
so
not
we
their
need
need.
to build
Yeah.
strong relationships. Ari.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
now let me go to this.
We have like 1 minute, 1 minute.
Woo,
As
let me rush to this.
Yes.
How can I overcome this this crisis, if I mean it, or if at all it may come into my life? Number one, it is important to understand the problem, as we have discussed it. Number two, be ready to draw out your partner from it. Be there for that partner. Be there for your spouse, so that he or she will tell you what is going on in her, in his or her life, and you can draw her out. Number two, be available to your spouse. Enjoy time together, spend time together, go out together. Number four now, be a friend. A friend is a person who shares even the deepest
Innermost.
innermost feelings.
Yes.
When you read in the book of John 15:15, Jesus says, I will no longer call you servants, because a servant knows nothing that is going on in the mind of the master. But you are my friends, because I tell you everything that is in my heart. Be a friend to your spouse. Number 5, concentrate on the areas of your experience. Don't try to change careers because you have seen you didn't make it too well in the first half of your life. Don't jump into other careers. Stick to your to the familiar career and build it. Number 6, eat a balanced diet, less sugar and fats. Pumpkins are good. for you, especially in at that time, because you need zinc, you need magnesium, you need all these things. They are there.
Everything together with the seeds.
Yeah. You need to eat a lot of low foods, foods which are not cooked. You need also to exercise. Exercise will help you a lot, because in the exercise, when you are doing exercise, you are helping your brain and your body to manufacture, to produce endorphins, which help to eradicate many of the diseases. And number 7, I want to tell you once more that midlife crisis is not a crisis. It is not real. It is an attitude. Reject that attitude in your mind, that you may be swayed by anything in your life.
And lastly, believe in God,
Believe
pray
in
to
God.
God, and live a stress-free life because He has already taken
Yeah.
care of it. I wanted to finish with Philippians chapter 4. I'll read verse 11 to 12 that says that I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances.
Sure.
Just be content whatever the circumstances,
circumstances.
as long as you have been praying and this is the farthest God has brought you, be content with that. Yes,
Penina wants to say this, that we need to practice patience so that nyinyi wawili baba na mama with your crisis,
Yes.
practice patience, fanya ku accept vile alivyo na you get enough rest na kulala inatosha, mlale mtosheke na because it is necessary. And maybe the last bit ni tuchunge sana, more so the ladies, weight ikikuwa nyingi na hizo menopause and the crisis and the lifestyle diseases, we can be hata kama wanaume pia.
Weight comes with a lot of diseases.
So many lifestyle diseases. So we'll definitely lead that part that you talked about. Live a healthy life, eat balanced diet, and ensure you keep yourself, because these diseases especially come at that particular time of middle age of our lives. May God bless you. I would like Elder to close for us with a prayer.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for you created us, and in your plan was that we shall live as young people, and even in the midlife, and even in old age. In your plan, there was not any time that you purposed that there be a crisis. Lord, help us to be contented in whatever you have accepted to bless us with, and let us rejoice together as families and always praise you in our life. Thank you for this time that we have spent discussing this topic. May it help our listener outside there to live a healthy life that depends on you, and glorify your name now and forever. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for watching. Join us by tweeting us, that is M_Kanyugo, and also at Hope_Kenya. Follow us on Facebook, that is Hope Channel Kenya, and also on our website. Get to watch hck.co.ke on some of the episodes that you missed, and in case you do get to miss this one as well, may God bless you, and do have yourself a beautiful viewing on all those other episodes that we have on Hope Channel Kenya. Be blessed.